What is going on, everybody, and welcome to another Friday the 13th video. In today's video, I'm going to tell you guys what are the best Jasons that you're able to use in the game and how you could be a more effective Jason and make sure you get those kills and get all those consorts that are doing dirty and nasty stuff in the cabin. So let's go ahead and talk about what Jasons we have. So as you guys know, within the game we have different sorts of Jasons. We have all sorts of them, all of them which represent a certain part within the game. And today I'm going to tell you guys which out of all these Jasons is the best one to use, and I'm going to give you guys 3 of the Jasons that I think should be your number 1 to go to when you're trying to play the game. So usually sometimes the stats are written right there. You see strength, weaknesses, but when you're new to the game, or even if you've been playing the game for a while, sometimes knowing which strengths work best, it's kind of hard. So that's why I'm going ahead and make this video. Now these are not in any particular order, but we're going to go ahead and start off with one of my top 3 that I recommend, and that is Jason Part 6. Let's talk about his strengths and his weaknesses. One of his biggest strengths is his weapon. It allows you to cover a longer distance than you would with maybe an axe or a machete. Not only that, but when he spawns in, he spawns with a throwing knife. Usually what I like to do when I don't spawn with him, I usually try to pick up knives. What this gives you the ability is right off the bat, you're able to go into attack mode without having to pick up the knives from when you spawn in. It also increases his sense, so that means his sense duration and range will be highly activated than any other Jason. So that means you're going to be able to see, detect where the where the counselors are at, but you're able to have a wider range to see where they're located. Not only that, but you also are able to increase his shift and regeneration speed, so that means that the time it takes you to actually shift is going to cut shorter, so that means you'll be able to shift throughout the map a lot better. Now let's talk about his weaknesses. His weaknesses are he has low health. His health is a little bit lower than usual, so lower hit points and less chance to block attack, which reduces damage. Not only that, but his running speed is slowly reduced compared to other Jasons, so that means he's going to be running fairly not as fast as you typically would with another Jason. And also his morph is decreased on the regeneration speed, so you won't be able to use morph that much. So what makes him such a good character? Well, usually when when counselors are either together or bunches or groups, I would have to say this is the best Jason you could use when people are bunched up in groups. Not only that, but if people are trying to get away and you're chasing them, with that ability to shift so much for Jason, makes him very, very hard to outrun or escape his grasp. Do keep in mind you will be reducing the speed of your running, but I think compensated with the ability to have sense at a wider range and have shift at a faster rate of you being able to use it, it kind of nullifies the ability to run fast and the ability not to morph as much as you would, because I personally don't use morph that much. I use a lot of shift. So, by far, this is one of the best Jasons you can use within the game. Alright, so the next Jason we have is Jason number 7. Now, as opposed to the other one we saw previously, he has a machete. So he's gonna have to get a little bit closer to the counselors. The cool thing about him is his strengths is it increases his sense duration and range, very similar to the Jason number 6. He has faster movement speed underwater. So if you're gonna be chasing counselors underwater, I haven't seen that many. When I've been playing, I think I've only chased one counselor in water. So that one's not really a beneficial perk for me personally. But there's other cool things that he has. He also has a grip strength. The grip strength allows you to have, when you grab someone, it makes it harder for them to break free from you. As you guys seen, maybe in streams or in trailers or in gameplays, usually when you grip someone, sometimes they're able to knock out free and they escape. With this one, you're going to be able to grab them real quick and hold them tightly until they won't be able to run away. Now, with his weaknesses, the only problem with his weaknesses is the following: is that he's going to run a little bit slower. You're also going to reduce the stun resistance, and you're going to spawn in with one less trap. And you're also not going to be able to use your shift quite often. So you're probably wondering, Lazier, how is this a better Jason, than the other ones compared to his biggest weakness out of all of this is the ability of the shift. But what makes him really, really good is that if you're really good and you become really, good with the game and playing with Jason, you're going to be able to compensate the reason that of him not being able to use his shift that much, be the ability of having a wider increase in your sense duration and range, because that's going to make it find counselors a lot easier. So if you're good with sense and shift, you're going to be able to hunt down those counselors fairly quickly. This Jason works very, very well. The only thing I do want to let you guys know is if you guys are in a massive group, or there's, you know, like at least six, not six, I wouldn't say, like at least 3 or 4 consoles all bunched up in a group, you're going to want to be able to master the ability of Stalk so you can sneak up, you know, behind them without them noticing you and kill them, because as you guys know, your shift is going to be decreased. So this is more of a stealthy Jason, and it's fairly good if you know how to play it right with the ability, you know, the Stalk ability. If you're able to play this right, you're going to be really good with this Jason. And the last Jason I want to recommend is Jason at number 9. Now, he spawns in with an axe, and he has the following perks. So he has an increase in shift, so that means you're going to be able to, you know, shift really good. He also has a chance to be stunned by a concert is very low. So basically, they throw firecrackers at you, they shoot a flare gun at you. Your stun resistance is going to be a lot less than any other Jason. Now, increased you know, problem, you know, giving you better water speed while in the water. I mean, that's a give and take. But, you know, like I said, I don't really go in the water that much because there's not that many people that go in the water. So one of his biggest weaknesses is his speed run. He's going to be running a little bit slower. Also, another problem is that he comes out with lower health than the other Jasons. So his health bar is going to be less than you usually would have on your other Jasons. Plus, his morphing ability is decreased. So, you know, as you guys, I don't use Morph a lot, so that's why I think this Jason's actually pretty good. I don't know if you guys use Morph a lot. Let me know in the comment section down below. But I do use Morph, but I don't spam Morph a lot. So it's mostly Shift that I do spam a lot, and, you know, work my way out there, you know, throughout the map. Now, this is one of the hardest Jasons to actually fight because he has the ability to shift fairly quickly. Plus, you're going to not be able to stun him as you would other Jasons. So it makes it very difficult for concerts to get away, because if they try to stun you, you can just automatically shift and get them and, you know, just and take them out fairly quickly. Pretty much once he finds the counselor's going to have a very hard time to get away from them. Even a group of counselors is very difficult to escape this Jason, and it's really good not only for small groups, but also for just chasing one counselor down. It doesn't run as fast as your other Jasons, but with the ability of having that shift option where you're going to be generating that fairly quickly, it's a very hard Jason to deal with. And for me personally, this is by far the best one out of all of them. This one and number 6 are my favorite go-to Jasons. Let me know in the comment section down below, what is your favorite Jason? Why do you think it's better? If you agree or disagree with my Jason picks, let me know in the comment section down below. And if you guys are playing Friday the 13th, let me know what console you guys are playing it. If you guys are playing on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, or PC, maybe we could link up together and play some time. Don't forget, guys, for all things Friday the 13th, make sure you keep it locked on this channel, and I will catch you guys on the next video.